1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and I can mirror that. Okay, and look what happens when I mirror it. I get the y-intercept as 4. Right here. No. 1 over, 1 up, 1 over, 3 up. I messed up. See that? Lucky I had my y-intercept checked. It's over here. Okay, and then this is going to be 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Any questions? Awesome. I think we're almost done. Almost done. Last one. This is the one I didn't print for you. So just pay attention. We'll go through it so you get some time. We'll go through quick so you have some time for some homework. Here we go. Conclusion. The direction of the opening. If A is greater than 0, it opens up. If A is less than 0, it opens down. The step pattern. 1A, 3A, 5A. That's another way to think of it. Right? You're multiplying your 1, 3, 5 times A. Example 3. Algebraically determine the equation of the following parabola. So here it's asking us to go backwards. We have the graph and we want the formula. All right? So they're not. Yeah, I didn't print a blank for myself either, so we're going to have to go with this. Okay, so right away on the graph, I can see here that my two x-intercepts, or zeros, R and S, are 1 and -2. Okay, I can see that from the graph. So if I have those two values, I can plug them in here for R and S, and I get -2 for R, 1 for S, and I get this formula here. Any questions how we got up to here? For free. We just looked at the graph. Question, no kids.
How do you determine which one is R and
R comes first. It's on the left. Okay? Any other questions? So everyone's okay up to here. All right. Next. We don't know A. So we know that A is such that the curve goes through 0, 10. So we know our y-intercept all the way up here is 0, 10. Okay? So this is a point on the curve that we can very clearly see. Okay? That's the reason we chose it. I think because it was the y-intercept, and just because it was so obvious that it was 0, 10. Nice whole numbers. That's why we chose it. But really, you could pick any point on the curve. Okay? We take that point on the curve, 0, 10, and we substitute in that curve into the formula that we've just determined. So where 10 is going to be y, and 0 is going to be x. 0 is also a nice number to work with. We then solve for A, right? Plug in 0 for x, 10 for y, solve for A. So we get A times 2 times -1. We get -2. A equals 10. A is equal to -5. Any questions on any of this math? All right. Good. We now have our A value. We have our factored form. So we have our formula here. Okay, any questions? Last one, example 4. The Humber Bay Arch Bridge. This is the bridge that we see, that big white bridge down by Humber Bay. Also known as Gateway Bridge, is a pedestrian and bicycle through Arch Bridge south of Lakeshore Boulevard. Completed in the mid-90s, the bridge is 140 meters in length and 22 meters high. I think that's supposed to be 22.0. There's no way it's 220. Okay? 22.0 meters high, spanning the mouth of the Humber Bay River to protect the environmental integrity of the waterway. Determine a quadratic equation in factored form to represent the arch of the bridge. So we know that the total length is 140. Okay, so if we want to create our formula here, we can put our axis wherever we want. We're going to say the axis is right in the middle, and we know it's 140 total, right? It's given this value, 140. So we know 70 to the right and negative 70 to the left. Those then would be our zeros. X equals negative 70 and x equals 70. Those are our zeros. We can then take those values, plug it into this formula for factored form, and we get x plus 70, x minus 70. Any questions up until here? Good. The last step then is to solve for A. We can solve for A if we find one other point. Well, we're given that point because we're told the total height is 22. We know that 22 is going to happen at the highest point, which in an arch we know is the middle. So we know that the x value is 0. The y value is 22. We take that value, 0, 22, we sub 0 in for x, we sub 22 in for y, and then we can solve for A. Okay, so let's do it. I don't see the answer here, so we'll do 22 for y equals A, 0 plus 70, 0 minus 70. Okay, so we get 22 is equal to A, 70 times negative 70. So I think this is 4900, is that right? Negative 4900 A. Yes? Negative 70 times 70? Okay, so now I can divide both sides by negative 4900. Negative 4900. Ooh, we're going to get a really small number, but I get A is equal to 22 divided by negative 4900. What's that? Negative 0.0. What? Yep. And what? 4? Exactly? Sweet. Okay. That's our A value. So therefore, the formula for the archway is going to be y equals negative 0.004 bracket x plus 70 x minus 70. That's our final answer. Any questions? That is pretty compressed, right? That archway is super squished. That's why that A value is so low. Right? If it was a normal arch, this is what it would probably look like. And there's no way they're making a bridge like that. Yeah?
How do you get 22?
From the question right here. See? 22 is the height?
Okay.
Yep. Yes, you may. Any other questions? All right, I'm going to stop it there.